So today we are looking at entrepreneurial leadership course, and we are focusing on the fundamental building pillars of build, running a functioning business, or building a business that can go places, that can remain relevant, that can uh, um, have that competitive advantage in that particular industry where you function as a leader. And it's a strategic course, it's a strategic management course. So it's part of strategy, it's part of function, it's part of operations, it's part of leadership, it's part of innovation. So it's like just taking all of these key things that makes up a good executive into one course. So follow carefully, take down questions, you can handle them at the end. There are assignments that will be given in the process of the course. Take them down because you're going to do it and you're going to submit it to us. All right, so let's proceed quickly. I always like to say that in the business world, in this particular generation or in this particular century, we have leaders, we have entrepreneurs, and we have entrepreneurial leaders. And where do you fall? There are people that are just leaders and they are not entrepreneurs, but they are in business. And there are people who are in business, they are entrepreneurs. They have this entrepreneurial thinking, but they are not leaders. But there are some people that have these entrepreneurial abilities and have leadership abilities. And that's who you can call them entrepreneurial leaders, right? And where the business is going right now, executives who will remain sustainable in business and command a certain level of competitive advantage in their industry are leaders, are executives who have mastered the art of building leadership capabilities, building entrepreneurial capabilities, combining them and running their business with it. It sounds very basic, but it's not that easy, but it's also very transformational when you are able to think like a leader and think like an entrepreneur simultaneously, and you run the business. If you look at top executives across the world, from Europe to America to Asia, even back to Africa, you're going to see that one thing that makes these people special is that over the years, they have grown. They have grown to become very good leaders and at the same time, very good entrepreneurs. People that command only entrepreneurial capabilities, there's just a level that they can reach in terms of business success. They cannot reach at the pinnacle. And people that are only good leaders and don't have entrepreneurial capabilities that can create results, there's just a certain place where they can reach in terms of business success. They cannot reach that pinnacle. But when you analyze the likes of Richard Branson, the likes of Strive Masiyiwa, the likes of Dangote, the likes of Tony Elumelu, you're going to see that these guys are exceptional leaders and incredible entrepreneurs at the same time. So if you want to be a game changer as a young growing executive, whether you run a small business now and you want to run a big company tomorrow, or whether you run an already established business, you need to intentionally from today being very conscious. Am I growing exceptionally well as far as leadership is concerned? And am I growing in terms of entrepreneurship? Because you need these two elements for you to command the kind of success that is relevant. So to summarize, what is entrepreneurial leader? Who is an entrepreneurial leader? Entrepreneurial leaders identify the problem, determine the solution, and ensure that the required actions get implemented. Problem identification, many entrepreneurs get to do that. Determining the solution, many get to do that. But I have seen entrepreneurs that lack the ability of self-leadership. They lack the ability of self-discipline. They procrastinate a lot. They lack the ability of managing people to do the required things that can lead to the success of a task. But when you're an entrepreneurial leader, you can do all of these things. You identify a problem, you determine the solution, you lead people, you get it done, you discipline yourself, you carry out self-leadership for yourself and lead people and get the required actions done until you get the desired result. That makes you an entrepreneurial leader. To go further, let us break it down looking at the habits. Looking at the habits of effective entrepreneurial leadership. And when we are talking about these habits, look at yourself. Look at yourself. Look, to do a self-awareness, a self-analysis. According to Jane Westman, when she said, when I think about entrepreneurial leadership, I am referring to something bigger than simply treating your employees well or motivating them to get the job done. It is about making a complete change in how you regard your company. This is the heart of entrepreneurial leadership. You can be able to cause a complete change in how the company functions. What does that mean? You can improve people performance, you can improve operations, you can improve technology, you can improve equipment, you can improve policies. The fact is that you have this incredible, innovative entrepreneurial leadership capabilities that you can cause a complete change in how the company operates. It's possible for an entrepreneur to only be good at designing innovative products and then leave the other parts of the company. It is possible for a leader to only be good at leading people and motivating people and forget about operations and design. But a good entrepreneurial leader, a good executive who possesses the entrepreneurial leadership capabilities is able to cause this complete change in all core areas of the business, of the company, without leaving any area unattended to. So once you view your business through a leadership lens, you will see that the burden of running your business does not fall on you alone. And this is where this capability also comes in, because you are able to work with the right people who possess the right skills and mental capabilities to cause the change that you desire to see in the business. So it is an extremely uplifting and positive framework for entrepreneurship. So the habits are: number one, a good entrepreneurial leader knows thyself. You need to know yourself. I always like to say something. I always like to say that I don't get to understand how entrepreneurs are so committed at building a business when they have not built the person that the business depends upon, which that is you. Because the truth is that at the startup level, or even at an established level, when a business does not yet have very strong system, the truth is that it has to depend a lot on the visionary founder. Knowing yourself automatically affects the effectiveness of the institution or the business that you run. Entrepreneurial leaders know who they are and what is meaningful to them. They have a purpose in life and work. What is your purpose in life? What is your purpose for working in a company or for starting that business? Right? They know why they started their companies, and they know why they lead their companies. They understand how their businesses fit into their industry and their economy. You get the point? So, and this is one thing, because if you don't know how your business fits into your industry and your community, you are going to have issues designing products and services that can help that business live in that industry and serve the community where the business functions. That is why knowing yourself is very, very important. It directly affects how you manage or lead your business as an executive. Exercise. Take down this exercise, screenshot it. Write down what is meaningful to you. Right? Write down what is meaningful to you. What is your purpose in this life? How does your business fit in your community? You're going to do this exercise and submit, like in Microsoft Word, and submit. So keep taking them down. After this, we're going to share, I'm going to share this course material with you. That's intentionally share this material with you guys. Okay? So, but this is an assignment you have to make. This part of the assignment. So question one of the assignment. Write down what is meaningful to you. Then that means the executive. What is meaningful to you as a person. Write down your life purpose as a person. If you don't know your life purpose, you can indicate in the WhatsApp group, and I'll give you a tool that I've developed that when you go through, you can be able to discover your life purpose. Okay? And then how does your business fit into the community? This whether your business as an entrepreneur or the business where you work, but how does it fit in the community? Work on that. Habit number 2, have a vision and be able to articulate it. An entrepreneurial leader must have a vision of what his or her business is all about. Yeah, that's your responsibility. What it does, how it serves its stakeholders. Stakeholders that can include the customers, competitors, government, staff, whoever, and where it is going, what it does, how it is serving key stakeholders, and where it is going. It is your job as an executive to always have this up hand all the time. Because many times when you're making a business decision, the answer to these 3 questions will always help you make the right decision. The vision cannot be fake. The vision must be specific, must be tailored, must have numbers. An entrepreneurial leader must be able to articulate this vision so that others include employees especially, so that others, shareholders, investors, employees, whoever, are inspired and will join together to work for a common goal. It is your job as an executive to have the ability of articulating your vision in a way that when somebody hears it, they will desire to be part of that vision so they can influence, they can contribute to the success of that particular vision. Write down your vision, and here, follow this carefully. In this exercise, you're going to write down your vision. Write down your vision as, that's the vision for your business. Vision for the institution where you work. Like, for example, if you are working for another company, you can write down your career vision for that company. If you're an entrepreneur, write down the business vision for your business. Make sure it has deadlines and numbers. For example, you can have a 2025 vision, 2030 vision. You can say, okay, the vision is that by 2030, the company should be in 4 countries, having staff capacity of 300 people, making a monthly profit of $1 million, right? That's what I mean. Let the vision have deadlines and have numbers. But it should be something that speaks to your heart, something that is special to you, something that you feel and believe that you can make it work. Don't write it for assignment purposes. No, this is not an academic program. This is a practical, professional program. And these things are what makes a sustainable business. Don't build your business like an entrepreneur who many guys just have many things just offhand. There are no documentations, there are no systems. They cannot transfer anything to the next person that is coming to take over from them. One of the key signs of a sustainable executive and entrepreneur is that they document things. They document things like vision and purpose of the company, objectives with numbers and all of that, because it's critical. What makes a business are the systems and policies that have been well documented. Habits number 3, develop employees and help them grow. One of the core habits of every entrepreneurial leader is the ability to develop employees and intentionally help the employees to grow. You are committed to the people who work for you. You help employees develop their own talent and skills. Employees make a commitment to you when you make a commitment to them. Never forget this. There are many companies that have very terrible results. They are not able to grow consistently. They are not able to maximize their full potential because employees are not committed to the company, because the senior executives or the CEO is not committed to the employees. So employees have no guarantee, employees have no belief, employees have no faith in their future regarding that company. An entrepreneurial leader also knows that it is essential to help employees grow so that the business can flourish into the future. The mental capability of your employees, the skill set of your employees, the attitude and the living standard of your and the living style and the lifestyle of your employee has a direct relationship to the success of your business. Your business will only flourish according to the level that your employees can flourish in terms of skills, knowledge, exposure, lifestyle, and so on. So that is your job as an entrepreneurial leader. Next exercise. This is for people that you have interns under you, you have employees under you, you have subordinates under you, whoever you have under you. I would like you to have a session with your employees this week. Have a one-on-one session with them. Ask your employees. Ask them, where do you need help to perform better? Just this one simple question. Ask them, how can I help you to perform better as a supervisor, as your CEO, as your leader? How can I help you to perform better? When you ask that question, please, the response of your employees will be the answer to this assignment. Okay? And you can go further and ask our employees which set of skills they would love to learn, and tell them how you will help them acquire these skills. Ask our employees, tell me if there's one skill that you would like to learn in 2022, what is that skill? And when they tell you, go ahead and tell them, this is how I'm going to help you acquire that skill. Okay, you know what? I'm going to pay for you to go learn that skill. Oh, you know what? Provide 40% of the fee for the skill. I'll provide 60% so they can learn that skill. But by all means, show them that you are intentional at taking actions to see that they should grow, because that is who you have become as far as entrepreneurial leadership is concerned. And whatever action you take as far as talking to your employees is concerned, please, the reactions from your employees is what we expect to see here in your assignment. Very practical. Habit number 4, listen carefully. Entrepreneurial leaders always listen to employees. They listen to clients. They listen to mentors. They listen to industry experts. They listen to the government. They listen to any relevant information that can directly or indirectly influence their business. Are you listening? Entrepreneurial leaders make decisions based not only on their own understanding of the facts and situations, but also based on what they are hearing from a variety of sources. Therefore, They not only create productive workplaces, but they provide clients and customers with the products and services they need and they demand. Why are they able to provide clients and their customers with the products and services they need or they demand? Because they listen to them. They listen to staff complaints. They listen to employee complaints. They listen to the industry experts. They listen to what business analysts are saying on television and newspaper. They listen and they're able to come back to the drawing board and they're able to design or produce products and services that will meet the needs and demand of the target market. That is what entrepreneurial leaders will do. Habit number 5, implementing new ideas. Yes, there are masters of implementing new ideas. Entrepreneurial leaders are masters of implementing new ideas. Are you good at implementing new ideas? Are you good at implementing new ideas? Are you good at innovating and taking risks in good times and in bad times? The business climate is always changing. Being flexible and finding opportunities to launch a new initiative, launch a new strategy, launch a new product, launch a new service is key to consistent business success. If you want to run a business that will remain relevant in the next 10 to 15, 30 years, you need to master the art of implementing new ideas. That's what will keep you relevant. If there is one thing that has kept us as an institution relevant in the last 10 years, one thing that has made us relevant in the training industry in Africa or made me relevant consistently in the last 10, 11 years in Africa is that I have mastered the art of creating and implementing new programs. It's not that easy because you're always thinking, you're always analyzing, you're always anticipating, you're always trying to be a step ahead of every other person or the market. But when that is what an entrepreneur leader should always be doing. They are not reactive. You don't wait and see what will happen. No, you are proactive and you even engineer. You create things, you influence things, you anticipate and make the first move. You always know your next 3, 4, 5, even your next 10 moves as far as the industry is concerned, because you are intentionally operating from the place of implementing new ideas. Exercise that you have with your team, for those who have teams, or with your colleagues, if you have colleagues, or just for yourself, if you're still a one-man army. Ask your team about new ideas they have that can be implemented. Have a one-on-one chat with your team members, a few of them, 1 or 2 of them. Tell them, hey, do you have an idea that you think we could implement and move this company forward? Hear what they have to say. List 3 new ideas you'll be implementing in your business in the next 4 months. This is for those who have businesses right now. I want to see this particular assignment. Think critically. All of you that have businesses here in this class right now, in that assignment, I want to see 3 new ideas you will implement in your business in the next 4 months. In the next 4 months. Clearly, what are the ideas? How will you implement it? What will be the positive effects of that idea when it succeeds? Write it down in your assignment. Habit number 6, take good care of yourself and stay curious. Yes, entrepreneurial leaders take time for themselves and for being with family and friends because it's good. It helps you to refresh, to rebrand, to get energized and so on, right? So it's strongly encouraged that when you're an executive, you find things that can relax you, that can take you away from serious work and help you refresh, rebrand, re-energize yourself before you come back to the drawing board, or especially when you feel that you have fatigue. That's why it's encouraged. because these are the kind of things that help executives to break down fatigue and getting stuck in their thinking and so on. So, because you need time for contemplation, sometimes you cannot think in the midst of fire. You cannot think in the midst of chaos. You cannot think in the midst of business problems. So sometimes things like this helps you to have time to contemplate when you're able to distract yourself from the chaos of running a business. Because as it says there, you'll be able to see your business through a different lens, right? And also staying curious in the process. So you're always interested to in what is going on in the world, and you never stop learning because you are that curious to know what is happening, so you can see how you can take advantage of it, or how you can avoid, or how you can leverage to run your business in the best way. So after those habits, let's conclude. Let's look at the 3 traits of entrepreneurial leaders according to Ahmed. Number 1 is manages risk rather than minimizing risk. Many managers are good at minimizing risk or avoiding risk. That's one thing. Many managers are very good at trying to minimize risk or even avoiding risk instead of managing it. Because sometimes there will be risks that you're trying to minimize or avoid, and that is where the opportunity is. But when you master the art of managing risks, in the midst of that, you may see an opportunity to scale the business, or an opportunity to create a new business or create a new product because of what you discovered as a result of the risk. Leaders help organizations to avoid risks and guide them through a safe path, but entrepreneurial leader is one who takes risk when he knows that these risks can work. Right? Yes. When you have a small iota of confidence that these risks you are taking can advance the business forward, most people that have entrepreneurial leadership mindset will always take the risks. Done properly, this can be like a Midas touch for organizations to grow and become something bigger. The truth is that if you look at organizations that have been able to scale over the years, and become very innovative and sustainable and operate as if they are a step ahead of their industry, look at carefully, you will understand that the leaders or the CEOs of those companies, we are very good at taking bold risk. They see an opportunity, it looks risky, but if there's only 1% chance that the risk can work, if they take it, they are going to take it. And when they take it and it succeeds, it becomes a big breakthrough for the company. Big breakthroughs in business never happens from the place of your comfort zone or from the place of you knowing everything. Most of the times, it happens from the place of uncertainty, and despite the uncertainty, you still take action to take that risk and see what happens. You're still following, indicates that you're following.
Following.
All right. Good, let's proceed. So the second threat about entrepreneurial leaders that you need to master is you are able to identify opportunities. You are able to identify opportunities. Entrepreneurial leaders have the uncanny ability to sniff out opportunities where others see none. Yes, you have this where others are seeing problems and chaos and challenges and difficulties. When you have the entrepreneurial mindset, like we've been talking about since, you are able to sniff out opportunities where others are seeing challenges. They use this advantage of theirs to take advantage of situations that only they can imagine, right? They use their imagination, they use their ability to be intentional at managing risks and taking risks. They're able to see these opportunities. A new term was coined by Sarah Saraswati in 2001 to explain this process of opportunity identification shown by entrepreneurial leaders known as effectuation. So when they say that you are a good executive who practices effectuation, what that means is that you are good at consistently identifying opportunities or intentionally pushing yourself to imagine opportunities, imagine a way out of any difficult circumstances as far as business is concerned. You don't just give up and make a U-turn. No, you identify in the midst of this chaos, where is the green light? Where is that little light that I can take advantage of, amplify, execute, and turn the business situation around? That is effectuation, and it's an important thread for you executives to practice as far as entrepreneurial leadership is concerned. Okay, what key lessons have you learned from the key threads? Where will you apply them in your business? Now, let's go down to one of the main bone of contention: how entrepreneurial leadership affects an organization. Now, this is you should have very special attention right now. How can these things you have been saying, from the introduction to the habits to the threats and all of this that you now know about entrepreneurial leadership, how can it affect your startup? How can it affect your organization? How can it affect whatever you're building or wherever you're working? Number one is that it affects your adaptability. If you are somebody who reads the business world carefully, you understand that in 2000, from 2020 to now, adaptability has grown to be one of the most important skills for executives. You know why? Because of the chaos caused by COVID-19, the chaos caused by the various crises across the world that is affecting business operations. So executives that are able to remain sustainable and relevant in their industries have mastered the art of adaptability. When you have entrepreneurial leadership, you can be able to develop this skill or possess this skill of adaptability. So the first effect that can be seen from practicing the process of entrepreneurial leadership in an organization is the high adaptability in that organization. That means that organization quickly adapts in any situation. In chaos, in crisis, in challenges, in competition, in government regulations, policies, whatever that is changing, there's always speed in adapting and taking advantage of the situation. Through this, an organization can successfully compete in a market using the resources it has. That's one thing about adaptability. You use the resources you have as the executive and lead the business through that difficult situation. In other words, their business model becomes flexible and can effectively use whatever resources it has. In other words, when you have adaptability skills as an executive, you don't get to complain that, oh, because there is no this or no that, we cannot be able to do this or do that. No, you are able to use what is available. You're able to leverage on what you have access to and manage and grow the business. Number two, competitiveness. Yes. Show me an organization where leaders possess entrepreneurial capabilities, leadership capabilities, and I'll show you an organization that is very competitive in that industry. When an organization behaves in an entrepreneurial manner, it gains an advantage as a pioneer in new markets. Organizations can have a competitive edge and explore new markets, which would not be possible under what? Under traditional leadership. Because traditional leadership will be reactive. Traditional leadership would wait and see. Meanwhile, entrepreneurial leadership would venture into uncharted territories, will venture into emerging markets. Only entrepreneurial leaders can see emerging markets. Traditional leaders only see the present market. So when you have this mindset, when you have the habits and the traits and this lifestyle of entrepreneurial leaders, you are always very competitive. You're always very good at leading the organization to have a competitive edge in the industry, and you're good at exploring new markets and emerging markets. That is the effect of mastering entrepreneurial leadership for your organization as an executive. Number 3, retention of talent. Yes, because you are good at managing people. You are good at developing people. You are good at inspiring people. You are good at motivating people. You are good at syncing people with the right task and operations. That way, people get to stay with you, believe in you, and work for the vision. But with a bad manager, with a bad people manager, people are going to resign. People are going to look for jobs elsewhere so they can leave your bad workplace. So entrepreneurial environments always bring out a positive feeling among employees and help an organization to successfully develop, motivate, and retain talented people. Thus, there is less talent spilling over from the organization to that of a competitor. That is, you stop avoiding situations whereby people resign from your company and go work for a fellow competitor. What key lessons have you learned from this? Please don't do this one. This for your personal, personal studies. Entrepreneurial leaders ask the following business questions and seek answers. This is very important for you to remain competitive as a leader. These questions are very important. So when you ask these questions and you begin to find answers according to your industry, according to the kind of business you work for or the kind of business you are building, you always have a competitive edge. Number 1, what is the most critical customer pain point we want to solve? This is one of the most important questions that entrepreneurial leaders get to ask. And I want to challenge you guys. This is part of your assignment. Go and provide answers to this question. And when you submit this, I don't expect it to be perfect, because sometimes with these answers, we need months for you to get the answers. So with these questions, we need months for you to get the answers. But I would like you to attempt it. When you attempt it, you're going to push it to be different. So, sometimes when you just read questions like this, you feel that it's easy. Wait until you start doing it. Before you're going to say it's not easy, and you're going to see the impact of seeking answers to these questions regarding the business you work for or the business you are building. What is the most critical customer pain point we want to solve? Just one, not many, just one. Number 2, are we building a valuable solution to this pain point? Look at what you have built, or look at what you're still planning to build. Is the solution so valuable that it can solve the pain point? Number 3, are we using feedback to improve? Go and look at your business. The whole of last year, did you use any feedback from your customers to improve your business? I'm sure some of you are working in companies right now that maybe you even have a suggestion box, but you don't remember the last time that you guys really sat down and read all the suggestions, use the suggestions to go back to the drawing board, brainstorm, and improve on the service value that you deliver to your customers. Are we as a team ready to serve our customers beyond their expectations? If yes, how? What have you put on ground? What are you willing to do to serve customers beyond their expectations in that your business? Get answers to that. Okay, good. So entrepreneurial leaders ask the following personal questions and seek answers. Now it's personal now for you. Now these other questions we are for the business. For the business. Now we're looking at you now, because you, the person, you, the leader, you, the executive, until you are okay and you're right, your business will always have challenges. How do you expect to build an incredible business when the person that the business depends upon is not okay? I always like to ask this question to executives when I'm doing coaching with them. Because it's an executive who maybe, let's say, is just lazy, is sleeping, is not studying, is not working hard, it's not agile, it's just there. And I'm like, but wait, how do you want to build a great business? How do you want to build an incredible company when the person that the building depends upon is not okay? And that is why asking questions like this is critical. And the most important billion-dollar question is, who do I want to become? Who do I want to become? Who do I want to become? Really, who do you want to become? 10 years, 5 years, 30 years. Who do you want to become? Have you ever asked yourself this question? Like, really, who do I want to become as a professional executive, as an entrepreneur? Who do I want to become? Number two, what are you struggling with? What am I struggling with? Are you struggling with laziness? Are you struggling with procrastination? Are you struggling with too much sleep? Are you struggling with not reading? The whole of last year as an executive, you did not read any business book. Are you struggling with fear? Write it down. How would you like to contribute as a person? Yes. How would you like to contribute to the industry? How would you like to contribute to the nation? How would you like to contribute to the business itself? Describe how you would like to contribute. We like to contribute by creating knowledge, by creating strategic documents, by creating systems, by designing policies, by designing solutions. We like to contribute by coaching employees, coaching professionals, whatever, but every executive has something that they can contribute to the organization, to the company, and even to the industry at large. What are you proud of and working on right now? What are you most proud of? Like for me personally, I was telling my team the other day, one of the things I'm more proud that we're working on is this Mini-MBA program. Because every day we get incredible testimonials from previous class and from the current class. I was telling them I'm super proud of what we have created as far as regarding this Mini-MBA program. And we are currently working on it. And we have made it. We want to make sure that this Mini-MBA program is so good consistently for the next several years, as long as it remains relevant in the market. I made that statement very intentional. There are programs that we have created like this, and we did it just for 6 months, and I scrap it off, and I never run it again. The time is done. I never run it again, right? Because I like to be ahead of the game. What are you most proud of? And you're currently working on it right now. Number 5, what is your emotional state and what is driving it? Are you in a negative state? Are you positive? Are you excited? Do you have the right attitude? What is your current emotional state and what is driving it? This part of your assignment, so this has a lot of assignment. This I'm going to run through next week till, that means Friday this and the other Friday. Okay, so you have 2 weeks. Laurentine and Teresh, take note. Follow that up because I know it's much and it's going to take you to very deep analysis of yourself, your business, whatever you're working on. Number 6 question is, what are your strengths as a person? As a person, what are your strengths? What are your personal strengths? Like me, I could say, okay, consistency. I could say, you know what, time management. I could say analysis. I could say anticipation. I can anticipate a business for the next 10 years and tell you how it's going to look like. I can anticipate an industry where it's going to be for the next 10 years and I tell you how it's going to look like. That are some of my strengths. What are yours? You can write it down. Proactivity. Always knowing my next move. Maybe it could be people management. It could be encouragement. It could be coaching. Whatever. What are your strengths? Write it down. What could you learn? Right now, what could you learn? This question is a very powerful question. What could you learn? Maybe there's a new technology that can disrupt your company in the next 5 years. You need to start learning it right now. I will share this testimony in 2000 last year, was it? Yes, last year, early last year, I completed a program on a business consulting program on robotic process automation. That program cost me 1.2 million francs to learn that particular skill in less than 1 week, less than 1 month, right? With an Indian institution. Because what happened? I was asking myself, what can I learn based on where the business consulting industry is going to? I said, okay, you know what? If I need to remain relevant, I need to master the art of how I can merge technology and various business strategies. I am already good at understanding how business works. Now I need to understand deeper how technology works. And now I need to understand how I can seamlessly merge them together and build incredible ideas around it and provide to my clients. That's what I could learn. Now I'm on something else. What could I learn? There's something I still need to learn. For example, blockchain. Blockchain is the next big technology, whether you like it or not. Cryptocurrency is just a small part of blockchain. I need to keep learning blockchain because it's going to disrupt a lot of things. What could I learn? Metaverse. I need to learn about metaverse. How will it disrupt business 5, 10 years, 15 years from now? I need to learn about machine learning and AI and robots and so on. What could you learn, guys? What could you learn? If there's one thing that this program is going to teach you is that business is not for the faint-hearted. Business is bigger than what many of you thought. And especially for those of you that want to really be at the top, at the best in your game, this is what this course is telling you to do. Number 8, how can you create more happiness for yourself and others? Yes. How can you create more happiness for yourself and for others? You need to have an answer to this particular question. Know how to create happiness for yourself. Know how to create happiness for your staff, for your investors, for your colleagues, for whoever that is relevant as far as your operations are concerned. Is your job to do that. Okay? So, create time, guys. Think deep. Go through these questions, and trust me, you will never remain the same as an executive. So there are responses for this. Can do. I like this quote a lot by Andrew Carnegie. Entrepreneurial leaders set goals that commands their thoughts, liberates their energy, inspires their hopes, and motivates their team. This is one of my favorite quotes. Did you get that? Entrepreneurial leaders set goals that commands their thoughts. If you have goals that don't stretch your thinking, goals that, another kind of business goal that you wake up at 1 a.m. and you're thinking alone. Just wake up, you just jump from bed and say, "Chai, what the hell is happening?" And then you go back to bed. Right? Goals that can wake you up from sleep. And you think, and then you go back and sleep. Right? It commands your thought. It stretches your thought to another level. Like, for example, some of you, maybe the Mini-MBA program was a goal for you in 2022. If you're stretching your thoughts, that could be it. It maybe can be a goal of profitability. You want to start making 5 million francs monthly profit every month. It can stretch you to think of ways. How am I going to make this 5 million francs? What am I going to sell? To who am I going to sell? Where's an emerging market? Yeah, that's why you're thinking and stretching yourself and pushing yourself to different directions so that you can be able to achieve that particular goal. The next is it liberates your energy. I love business people that are when you meet them, you see that they have this broad smile, or when they're talking about their business. This is one thing I like to see in an entrepreneur who is going to succeed. One sign of an entrepreneur who's going to succeed: ask them a question about their business. The way they're going to talk about it, oh my God. You see, they're going to so excitedly, you're going to see some energy, you're going to see broad smile. They're just so passionate about it. If you don't stop them, they will not stop talking. Because they just love it. They just enjoy talking about their business, about their business goals. They enjoy talking about where they're taking the business to, and so on. And the business inspires their hopes. The goals they have set for themselves inspires hopes about the future. This is very important for entrepreneurship. Do you know why? Because there are some days that you're going to feel like giving up. There are some days that you're going to struggle. The business will feel like it's falling right in front of you. But the goals that you have set for the future inspires your hope for the future. It motivates the team. This is what entrepreneurs do. So look at yourself. Are you an entrepreneurial leader? Do you have goals that commands your thoughts, that stretches you to think in different capacities? Do you have goals that liberate your energy? Nobody can pull you down. Nobody can take away your shine. Nobody can make you feel sad. See, just the way I love the work I do and how I love to train, I love to build my business and help others build their businesses. There's never a day you see me wearing a sad face. Just people's dreams and people's ambitions liberates my energy. Just my desire to see that I raise 1,000 a multi-million-dollar companies before I go to the grave. It liberates my energy, inspires my hope, challenges my team to do that. Now, one of my dreams is that, one of my short-term dreams is that by 2030, I want that every top performing innovative company in this country should have my name on it. What I mean is that either I must have coached the executive, I must have consulted with them, I must have been part of their product design team, I must have done something one way or the other to be part of. So what I'm saying is that every innovative company in the next 10 years that you hear in Cameroon, I will have something to do with that company directly. That is a goal that commands my thoughts. It liberates my energy. It inspires my hope. It motivates the team. What about you, executives? What about you? What goals do you have that commands your thoughts every day? What goals do you have that liberates your energy as an executive? What goals do you have that inspires hope within you? Even though you don't have food to eat right now, you don't have a car to drive, you don't wear the best dresses you want to wear, even though you're not flying from country to country right now, but what goals do you have that inspires hope for the future in you regarding what you're building? What goals do you have that when you share with your team, it motivates your team? It challenges them to give in their all as far as the business or the company is concerned. This particular quote looks simple, but this is the heart of entrepreneurial leadership. That's why I've taken time to explain and give personal experience and examples. We're going to conclude here. 6 things that entrepreneurial leaders do. 6 things that entrepreneurial leaders do. Number 1, they don't wait for an opportunity. They do what? They create one. They are not reactive, they are proactive. They are not reactive, they are engineers. They don't do the rat race. They step up, wake up, get up, show up, and get things done. When they are not customers, they don't sit and cry, oh, they're not customers. No, they design marketing strategies, sales actions, they go to the field and find customers. When they're not getting the profit the way they want, they get up, show up, and find where the money is and get the money. They take actions that will create more opportunities or put them where things are happening. That's what entrepreneurial leaders do. You don't wait and see. You go, show up, and make things happen. Number 2, they never quit learning. Entrepreneurial leaders never quit learning. The day you stop learning, your business starts dying. Business is driven by knowledge. Trust me, business is driven. Show me an executive with superior knowledge, I will show you a company with superior performance. Show me an executive with mediocre knowledge, I will show you an executive with a mediocre company. I know people in the last batch that when it came to the companies that started performing very low, after that, it's as if there was something, there was a new momentum, it's as if there was a laying of hands and there's a supernatural miracle and the companies pick up because they are now facing their businesses with different momentum. And that's the same thing I expect with this batch. Because you are getting access to superior knowledge, you are being challenged, you are being stretched. You're getting new strategies, you're getting new tactics, so you're setting new goals that can liberate your energy and inspire your hopes. There's nothing noble in competing with your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self. And the best way to be superior to your former self is to make sure that you know something today that you did not know yesterday. That is your job as an executive. I always say something. Today is Tuesday. I always say that if you enter tomorrow, Wednesday, the same person you are today, Tuesday, you are a disappointment to Thursday. If you enter tomorrow, Wednesday, the same person you are today, you are a disappointment to your future. So you need to consistently drive your, that's why I challenge executives, have a learning period. Every day, have a learning, whether it's an hour, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 2 hours, depending on your schedule. Create time to purposely learn business. Fortunately for you, you're in a community whereby I share new things every day around business and productivity and so on. Videos, write-ups, blog posts on my website. So you're always part of a learning community. Because sometimes learning is good, but many people don't know what to study. Never stop learning, guys. If you want to have a superior performing company, command superior knowledge. I always say something fun. When it comes to training, we will take a few companies, a few young guys at my age group in Africa and in Cameroon to be able to compete with our training company, with the work we do across the group. You know why? I trust myself in superior knowledge. As long as I keep having superior knowledge, we're going to perform better. As long as the team keep growing, the team members keep growing and acquiring superior knowledge, the business is going to perform better. It's one of the simplest process to success in business. Engaging exercise, write the list of 3 books you will read, 3 books you read in the last 4 months. Write down the name of the book you're currently reading. Write down the names of 4 books you will read in the next 6 months. Add this exercise to your assignments. Let me set a trap for you. And let me give an announcement, please, for those who are interested. I have about 15,000 books in soft copy in my laptop, business, productivity, economy, and so on. If you are interested, let me know. And just write me inbox in WhatsApp. Let me know if it's the kind of books you're interested in. I will look the ones that fit what you're looking at. I send to you on WhatsApp. You can read for the next 1 year on that. Yeah. I hope that helps. Next, accept rejection, correct your mistakes, and improve yourself. In business, you'll be rejected. I still get rejected. I know top executives that run multi-million-dollar companies, they still get rejected. Don't let rejection control your thinking. Don't let rejection control your lifestyle. Learn to accept rejection, correct your mistakes, and improve. Despite the rejections, mistakes, challenge yourself to improve and push your limits. Don't be stuck in deadlock situation, doing nothing productive. Accept, correct, and rise. Don't cry, don't murmur, don't complain, don't waste energy doing non-productive things. If you are failing, take it positively. Learn from the mistakes and change your approach. That is what entrepreneurial leaders do in business. Grow in the environment and learn all you can. Yes, all entrepreneurial leaders know how to grow in their current environment. People say, oh, Cameroon is bad, but others are succeeding in Cameroon. Learn how to succeed in Cameroon. People say, oh, Nigeria is bad. Leadership is not good. But there are guys making millions in Nigeria every day. Guys say, oh, South Africa, oh, Kenya. There's no country without economic, leadership, governance issues. Even Americans are crying about Donald Trump. The left now, they're still crying about Joe Biden. People always cry. Some will laugh, some will cry. It is your job to have the mindset, to have the lifestyle, to have the skill set that you can grow in an environment and learn all you can about that environment and become the best in that environment. People like to move and talk, oh, here is better, here is better, here is better. If you go to a new location with the same mindset, with the same thinking, you have just transferred a non-productive human being with the wrong mindset to a good environment where they think they're going to succeed. I don't know Cameroonians who have gone to Dubai and they're still failing, who have gone to the US and they're still struggling. Of course, there are some who have gone there and they have made it because they did the right thing. Do you know your environment? What lessons can you learn from your environment? What will you do from today to consistently grow? Add this as part of your assignment. Maintain consistency and don't quit easily. Yes, executives who are entrepreneurial leaders are very good at consistency, especially in business. Don't start a business and 2 days later you're saying you are not making sales and you want to give up. Start a business 6 months, you want to give up. That day is not succeeding. As I always say, according to me, if you run a business for 3 years and you have not break even, you are not succeeding, then we can start thinking of you changing the business or giving up or whatever. But I'm not saying that in that 3 years you are not agile. No, you should be dynamic, you should be improving, you should be becoming better. But don't start a business and then 4 months later you're crying that, oh, they work. Oh, it's not working. Things are bad. This is a very bad country. Oh, village people have done that. So how long? It takes a while for something sustainable to start producing results. It takes a while for you to learn the ropes of the industry, of the environment, of the business itself. Rome wasn't built in a day. Hard work doesn't pay off instantly. You have to have faith in yourself and be okay with potentially struggling today so you can win tomorrow. So you need to be patient in building the business. You be patient until things can unfold in your favor based on the consistent hard work and improvement that you have been putting in. Write down 3 value-creating routines and habits that you will consistently practice for the next 2 to 5 to 10 years. One thing I've learned about successful business executives is that they have some core habits that they have practiced for a long time that play a very important role in maybe how they think, how they do business, and whatever they do. Like, for example, like somebody like Bill Gates, he has been reading at least 33 books every year for the last 15 years or 20 years or so. Right? Like like me, one of my habits is that I write every day. For the last 10 years, I write at least 3 words of anything every day because it's important for my thinking. It's important to grow my ability to analyze and look at things from different directions. We all have different ways that we can build our routines and habits that can contribute to our career success and business success. It's your job to find yours that is important to your career, important to your industry, and important to you as a personality. Next, these leaders have the motivation to take control of themselves. You know how to control your emotions. You know how to control yourself. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. Waldo Emerson. According to Ralph, the only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. Who have you decided to become? How do you manage your emotions? How do you behave in the society? How do you behave with people? What kind of principles do you live by? What kind of core values do you live by? These things are important in business. I know guys who are struggling to build a business because they drink alcohol, they get drunk, they get up late, they go to the office at 10, 11 o'clock, they are not thinking straight, they're smelling alcohol, they're thinking the alcohol. How can you build a business like that? I know a guy who lost a good business because he started smoking marijuana. He can no longer think straight. Right? I know a guy who lost good clients because he was lying to his clients. He lost integrity. When you are building a business, be careful to lose what money cannot buy. It's going to cost you so much. That's why it's important to have the motivation to take control of thyself as an executive. So describe who you have decided to be. This is not part of the exercise. You can do it personally for yourself. This is not part of your assignment. You can do it personally for yourself. Describe who you have decided to be. Next is having faith in their abilities despite what others tell them or what they hear others say about themselves. This is very important for executives who are real leaders. You have faith in your abilities despite what people are saying about you. You have faith in your abilities. You keep building your abilities. You keep improving on yourself. But no matter how much shortcomings you see around you, you keep believing that you can become better and you can do it. You have the growth mindset. You have faith in your abilities. You have faith in your growing abilities. You have faith in who you can become tomorrow, who is much better, more competent, more efficient, more effective, more productive, and more successful. You have the faith in those abilities. So you have faith that you will shine through in the end. You have the belief that at the end of this, you will end up a winner. Whether it takes 30 years, whether it takes 40 years, you just have this this faith, this complete faith that whether it's raining or is sunny, whether whatever is going up and coming down, you have this faith that at the end of it all, you will win. This is very important in building a business because business will throw things at you. Things will happen. Chaos will happen. Things will change. You will lose money. Guys will backstab you. You will lose customers. But despite all of these things happening, going up and coming down, you have faith in your abilities and you have this singular belief that despite all of this chaos happening up and down, you will shine in the end. You will end up the winner. As I would like to say in business, everything is permitted to happen. But one thing is not permitted to happen to me. I am not permitted to give up. Everything is permitted to happen. Fire can catch and burn the office down. That is permitted. People can backstab me, no problem. Government can issue new regulations, no problem. Clients can go to other to my competitor, no problem. All of these things are permitted to happen in business because you cannot control them. All you can just have strategy and risk management strategies and all of that. But what is not permitted to happen, that I'm not permitted to give up. I lose a customer, I'll keep working hard to get new customers. You get a point? This is a very powerful mentality for you to possess as far as business is concerned when it comes to entrepreneurial leadership. Consistently have faith in your abilities and believe that in the end, at the end of all of this, at a good old age, you will have a standing company that is doing well with thousands of employees, making millions of profits, and you will stand at that beautiful balcony and look at what you have built over the years and say, you know what? I am proud of the work I have done in the last 40 years, in the last 30 years, in the last 20 years, or whatever time that you have been using to build that particular business. Private exercise, not part of the assignments. We end here for today. Next class on Monday, we're going to continue with the core skills of entrepreneurial leaders, which is according to a research conducted by the African Leadership University. All right, people, questions?